Sonny, yesterday my life was still.
Continuing here, I was just finishing up with Val, this homeless gal I met, and how she wanted to come home with me, and I turned down the opportunity to bring this woman home and give her a shower, and I think I made the right decision. But there is help for these people, and I like to let them know where that help is. And I support the local soup kitchen, the Jesus Center, that does these good things as part of where I send my tithe. And I let them know where I'm coming from. So I had a nice conversation with her. And one of the things that came up was this idea, they want to commit mass genocide on us. And she's like, who and why do they want to do this? And it was really hard for her, it seemed to be, to wrap her mind around. I think she might have been drinking a little too, so she didn't seem to be able to listen too well. But because when people are drinking, they don't hear stuff as well. But I gave her I tried to impart some words of wisdom to her, to encourage her and comfort her as much as possible, and told her how outraged I was that America is at this point that we're at in history, and calling ourselves a Christian nation. I say, how dare we? It should be called an anti-Christian nation now at this point in history. Yeah, I believe in constructive criticism, and that extends to the people of a nation. I think we've all become very anti-Christian in America. So, enough about Val. She was a nice woman. Cute, too. But I think I did the right thing. And I've been known to call America a crap hole. This hoopla about Trump calling America an S-hole. How many times? But, that's constructive criticism. That's what you're supposed to do. I mean, yeah, you could say this country is worse than that one, but but this whole idea of inferring that Trump is a racist from saying that, I mean, this mainstream media, again, they make me sick to my stomach. Okay, this is deceptive. You know what's deceptive? The idea that they've never heard the word xenophobe. Okay, so the worst you could ever call Trump, label Trump, is a xenophobe, and even then he's not. But he sees we need to fix our own damn problems. He's constructively critical of America and where we are in history, just like myself. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it, okay? Is that xenophobe's a word. If you're going to ever criticize him for anything, then call him a xenophobe, which just means that, you're afraid of people from other lands or something, other cultures, whatever, okay? But racist? No. Even Martin Luther King Jr.'s son, daughter, she was saying, no, that's ridiculous. The son, I mean, the same thing. That, no. Unequivocally, Trump is not a racist. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, okay? And so, xenophobe at the worst. But racist, no, that's totally unfair. Nobody's listening to these people anymore anyhow. Alex Jones had Steven Seagal on the show. I really liked him. He seemed like a really real guy after the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now he's being defamed. Apparently some woman, he's claimed it's totally untrue, that she's being paid. So he's suing to find out. That's what has to happen. I mean, if people are being wrongly slandered and defamed, they need to sue. They need to say, no, you can't do that. I'm going to expunge my name. And, it's going to be in front of the whole world. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. And so people need to be held to accountability. You can't just destroy somebody's name because of political reasons, okay? Because you believe in the divide and making the divide worse. And, whatever the motivation is, a lot of it is political and economic, social. A lot of it's just, trying to manipulate the masses. It's just messed up stuff, man. The Me Too campaign and all this. It's like, come on, let's talk about all the prostitution out there. Why is this okay that women accept money for sexual favors? And then you're going to say that they're all just dainty little innocent snowflakes, and it's never the women that are doing this. And Although we all know men are just as capable of being, what's the term, seduced as women. And the difference is women never get in trouble because men love it. I mean, as much as I can criticize being flashed many times in my life by many women, many circumstances, I've enjoyed it every time. I gotta be honest. Just like every other normal hetero guy out there. I mean, we make no bones about it. We love the female figure. I mean, the female is the God's finest creature, and they're beautiful up one side, down the other, and any chance they want to, time they want to show that to us, we we don't object. So women never get in trouble, no matter how much they flash. I've never heard of it happening anyhow, but I'm sure there's a few circumstances, but not many, not many. And I don't know what to say about that. Just remembering, the beginning of time, the fall of man, and the knowledge of good and evil. When we figured out that we were naked, we weren't supposed to figure that out. To this day, we're supposed to be oblivious, but we're in this fallen state, and this is where we're at. We know when we're naked. We're generally keenly aware of it, but it's a one-way street with the whole, male, female. I mean, men can't do that. I mean, I've seen plenty of guys flash, and I know women, some women probably like it. They want to see what the guy's got down there. I don't know, I mean, look in the animal kingdom, the girls are sniffing out the boys, seeing what they got. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Dogs do it to each other, right? But it really is a one-way street here because, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just kind of the messed up state. We're all a little effed up in the head anyhow about these things, the sexual issues. So, guys can't do it. I think a lot of women find it very intimidating to be flashed by a man. So men can't do it. As much as you might be a guy that wants to flash, I strongly suggest you don't do it because you will end up in jail likely. Or eventually you will if you try to do it a lot. I mean, but, again, I don't recommend that, keep it to where it's expected. I mean, if you're at a nude beach or at a spa co-ed spa where people walking around naked, which is pretty commonplace in California. There's a lot of these kind of places. The Esalen Institute, the Zen in Big Sur area, I'm talking about Zen. They got a lot of these places where if you want to get naked, you want to look at people naked and, show your naked body, there's, the right time and place for that, I guess, where it's actually, okay, whatever, if you think it's all okay. I'm not going to get into it. I mean, to me, it's just folly, for the most part. I'm not a swinger, is what I'm trying to say. And not that I'm just as tempted as every other guy out there to engage in that lifestyle. It's just, you see the end from the beginning, or you've been there, done that, and, you're just not interested. But it's just a point about this whole cucking and, how we are different, and we're a lot the same, too, men and women. Like the polarity thing. It's a good thing, that tension between the magnets. It's good, and, it's a very powerful force. These different poles, the male and female of the species, like the electrodes on a battery, right? The positive and the negative, the yin and the yang. So, even though we're kind of like opposites, we're kind of like just the same. We're both made in the image and likeness of God, so we are both God in that sense, the female side and the male side of God. And it's pretty awesome to be a part of this thing. I like it. I like the dynamics. I like I love females. I just love them. I just love being a man. I like women that are happy to be a woman. They love their femininity. They love to be a female. And I love that about women. It's awesome. I just find it so attractive, so desirable, so alluring and beautiful. I see it the way God made it. And I love to be a man. I love it. I don't understand men that don't like to be a man. Even though all the drive and the testosterone, it's just so beautiful. The God made our sexuality, the masculinity and stuff, the male-female thing. It's just the dynamics are awesome. The whole procreation thing is just so beautiful, out of the park, beautiful. That none of us should have to worry about the earth being overpopulated. I sure as hell don't worry about it. That's not what keeps me from breeding. It's just that, my head's not in that spot right now. Maybe it will be, because I'm a fully virile man that's quite capable of having more children. But I'm quite satisfied with the two beautiful children I have that are in their 30s now. So I don't need to have more children so that I'm fulfilled at all. It's not that. Dick Durbin, that guy's a clown. He sucks. I don't like Dick Durbin. Yeah, so many of these people I find repugnant, repulsive. This is why I could never be a politician, is to have to rub elbows with these people. Even though, it's almost like I'm going against the things I'm saying, like I'm being a hypocrite here, because I'm saying on one hand, yeah, you got to go out, outreach and love your enemies and try to win them over and stuff. There is some people that I just cannot contend with. And some of those people are some of these political types that are so divisive and so duplicitous, okay, that I am just repulsed. I just, I just want to go off on them. This is the kind of thing. I feel like they're messing with my mind, and they're trying to, what they're doing is they're taunting me. And like a crazy dog, I'm gonna get mean after a while, and that's what comes out, this mean spirit, and I don't want it to. I want to be at peace, and I'm telling you, Dick Durbin, I mean, you make me want to vomit. That's all. I don't know what to tell you. I don't hate you. I love you. But all your ilk and all these people, the divisive people in the mainstream media, these liars with the fake news and all this, yeah, make me want to vomit. It's not that I hate you, but I hate your beliefs. I hate your fruits. That's it. That's what I really hate, is I hate evil fruits, evil beliefs systems, because I know there's evil going on in their heart and in their mind, and I see the evil coming out their mouths and in their behavior, because when you talk, that's your behavior. This reinforces what you believe. Your fruits become evident to everybody in the whole world by what you espouse. So those are things that you deeply believe and hold as true, and that you purportedly would fight and die and kill for and maim and all that crap and be maimed. I mean, that's what I mean. It's so very powerful, these fruits that we behold, that they be good. But I don't like Dick Durbin. Let's see. We got Trump's faux pas. They keep fixating on his faux pas that he talked about crap hole countries. So what? Good God. That's what I mean. They strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. God, they're evil. Oh, we had a false nuclear alarm in Hawaii. Wasn't that something? I'm sorry to say, but, I know that this freaked a lot of people out, and, right or wrong or in between. I mean, yeah, it shouldn't happen. Sure, of course not. There would be a false alarm. There shouldn't even be a real alarm. I think anybody listening to me needs to go online and look up a poster that was being sold. I remember it when I was 14, so we're going back to about 1972, 71, 72. They used to joke about it because they kept on trying to psych people out, getting people to live in fear of a nuclear war in America. And a lot of the hippie types, they came up with, they thought, you know what, I'm not going to live in fear like this. It's what these monsters want. I'm going to live my life. And if they nuke us, they nuke us, sort of attitude. But there was a poster, and what it was a whole list of things to do in the event of a nuclear war. And you read all through these things, take this step, take that step, this step, that step. But at the very end, it said, finally, bend over and kiss your ass goodbye. Because this whole idea, you see what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. If there was going to be a nuclear war in your town, I don't care how deep your underground shelter is, you're gone. You're gone. You think any above ground shelters are going to survive? Forget it. So just like the poster says, if there is a nuclear attack imminent, bend over and kiss your ass goodbye. But like I've said, I don't think any of us should be living in fear. I think God took that off the table. There's evidence to that effect. You can look it up. Mysterious UFO dissembles a nuclear warhead. The warhead drops innocuously into the sea. This is a matter of fact. High-ranking military attest to these things. They know everything we got in our flying inventory, and it ain't there. But it's very consistent with the Bible. And these angels that are talked about it, they have more power. And when God changes things up, he doesn't fail. He always succeeds. And if God took it off the table, if God took nuclear war off the table, these a-hole idiots at the tops that want to be able to turn the fear gauge in us, when they want, aren't able to, because you're knowledgeable. You understand that God took it off the table. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to. That's empowering. That's saying, what, you liars? You lied to me because you want me in fear of a nuclear war? And the truth is that God took that off the table? Yeah, they don't want you to know that crap. I mean, the reason they want you confused about UFOs and stuff is because they want you disempowered.